Glasgow-born actor George Rossi is fondly remembered by fans of The Bill for his 5-year stint on the show playing DC Duncan Lennox. For fans of Grange Hill who watched the show between 1985 and 1993, Nicholas Donnelly will forever be Mr. Mackenzie. Gary Waldhorn enjoyed a highly distinguished acting career both on stage and on television, but it is as Councillor David Horton in popular comedy The Vicar of Dibley for which he will always be remembered. Name anyone from within the world of comedy from the past 60 years and you can almost guarantee that Barry Cryer worked with them. Writer, performer and all-round comedy legend who is sadly missed. Beginning his acting career in the 1960s, Andy Devine became a familiar face to fans of Emmerdale in 2000 when he first portrayed Shadrach Dingle. A hugely familiar face from the world of television soaps, EastEnders star Leonard Fenton played Dr. Harold Legg from the very first episode in 1985 through to 1997, and then made sporadic appearances after that, right the way up to 2019. Television legend Bamber Gascoigne hosted the very first episode of University Challenge back in 1962 and remained with the show for 25 years, finally bowing out in 1987. Comedy actor Jack Smethurst made his debut back in 1958 in the very first Carry On film, Carry On Sergeant. But it was the hugely popular and controversial 70s sitcom Love Thy Neighbour which made his career. Anna Karen was sadly the last surviving member of the On the Buses cast. Although she enjoyed a long and indeed varied career, her performance in On the Buses has ensured that the character of Olive will go down in history as a true comedy icon. Starring alongside the likes of Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, Veronica Carlson was one of Hammer Studios' most popular and indeed finest actresses. If you watch British television during the 1970s, then you're bound to remember the familiar face of Bob Wellings, one of the most popular popular presenters of BBC magazine programme Nationwide. With popular characters such as Nurse Gladys Emmanuel from Open All Hours and Auntie Mabel in 90s children's TV series Come Outside, Linda Barron was a much loved and welcome presence on our screens for more than 5 decades. Ron Pember was one of those familiar character actors that you could never quite put a name to, but name pretty much any television series and you can guarantee he was probably in it somewhere. Acting great Peter Bowles perfected the art of playing the smooth, debonair charmer, perhaps never better than opposite Penelope Keith in To the Manor Born, one of the most popular sitcoms of all time. Comedy star Denise Coffey is best remembered as one of the cast of the anarchic 1960s children's TV comedy Do Not Adjust Your Set. EastEnders Dot Cotton is undoubtedly one of the most iconic characters in all of British television history, and that is all down to the fantastic portrayal by much loved British actress June Brown. Like Ron Pember, Robin Parkinson was one of those familiar faces that regularly cropped up in a whole host of television series. Mainly appearing in television comedies, Robin's list of credits was immense. From Sweeney to Minder to New Tricks and much, much more. Simply put, Dennis Waterman was a legend of British television. From her television debut back in 1961 right through to her final appearance in 2021, Patricia Brake remained in demand as an actress. Of her many roles, it is undoubtedly as Fletcher's daughter Ingrid in Porridge and its sequel Going Straight, for which she will be best remembered. Comedy character actor Gordon Peters had his own series on the BBC in 1973, The Gordon Peters Show. However, it is his recurring role as Ronnie in One Foot in the Grave for which most fans will remember him. One of the last surviving members of the Dad's Army cast, prolific actor Frank Williams enjoyed a 65-year career. From his uncredited film debut in 1952, right through to his final television appearance in 2017. Jamaican-born Mona Hammond was a pioneering star who paved the way for many black actors to appear on stage and television. As an actress, her most famous role was as Blossom Jackson in EastEnders. Like his colleague Bob Wellins, Michael Barrett was a welcome and comforting presence on British television from Monday to Friday in the 70s as one of the hosts of Nationwide. Former Shakespearean stage actor David Warner made his big screen debut in 1963 and was very soon in demand as a film actor, appearing in blockbuster movies such as The Omen and Titanic and many more. Actor, singer, writer, presenter, and one of the most comforting voices of our childhoods. I'll try to sum up the incredible career of this beloved man in just 2 words: national treasure. Another familiar face that it was not always easy to put a name to, character actor Michael Redfern appeared in a host of productions during his career, but is perhaps best known as the dad in the celebrated OXO television commercials. Bruce Montague appeared in more than 300 TV productions during his career, but perhaps he will always be best remembered as Leonard in bittersweet sitcom Butterflies. From the 2 Ronnies to Shelley, Keeping Up Appearances to Last of the Summer Wine, Josephine Tewson was one of the most familiar and indeed underrated comedy actresses of the past 60 years. Although he had a number of acting roles over his career, Dougie Brown will likely be best remembered as a stand-up comedian and one of the stars of the 70s comedy show The Comedians. Bill Turnbull enjoyed a 40-year career as a presenter and a journalist, and was much loved as a main presenter on BBC Breakfast, a role which he occupied for more than 15 years. Welsh broadcaster Mavis Nicholson was regarded by many as one of the greatest television interviewers of all time, and she could lay claim to being the first solo female interviewer to have her own regular show. Although she didn't come to TV until she was in her 40s, she remained a firm favourite for 25 years. Like her co-star Nicholas Donnelly, Gwyneth Powell will be forever remembered for her role in the long-running children's TV drama Grange Hill, that of headmistress Mrs. McCluskey, a part she played for 10 years. Dame Angela Lansbury was one of the last surviving stars from the golden age of Hollywood, and it's pretty much impossible to sum up her 8-decade career in just a few words. From Hollywood to television to the Broadway stage, let's just say Dame Angela Lansbury was one of the all-time greats. Whether playing comedy, drama, or in blockbuster film fantasy, Robbie Coltrane was a much-loved favourite amongst fans for more than 40 years, right from his rise to prominence in the early 80s. Bill Treater had been a busy character actor for over 20 years before having the honour of being the very first actor to be cast in brand new soap EastEnders. From the soap's beginning in 1985 through to 1996, Bill received many plaudits for his excellent performances as Arthur Fowler. Best to sum up in just a few words a glittering 75-year career as an actor. Pretty much impossible really, but what I can say is that Leslie Phillips was a superb actor, an undoubted national treasure, but above all, a true gentleman. True example of following in your father's footsteps. From 2000 to 2010, Tom Owen played the son of his father Bill Owen's character Compo in Last of the Summer Wine. I think it's fair to say that Ruth Maddock was one of those stars who was just loved by absolutely everybody. She brought genuine warmth to all of the characters that she portrayed over her long career, the most famous of which was undoubtedly Chief Yellowcoat Gladys Pugh in Hi-de-Hi. Enjoying a long career as an actor in television, theatre and radio, Stephen Greif will likely be best remembered for 2 television roles: villainous Harry Fenning in Citizen Smith and Space Commander Travis in Blake 7. John Bird first came to prominence as a performer in the television satire boom of the 1960s, with appearances in That Was the Week That Was. He formed a partnership with fellow performer John Fortune, and together they starred with impressionist Rory Bremner in the long-running Bremner, Bird and Fortune.